When we think of a monastery, the first thing that comes to mind is the spiritual life of seclusion and dedication to faith. However, during the reign of John V of Portugal, religious institutions were imbued with an aura of excess, libertinism, and sin. If this is your first time on the channel, subscribe now so you don't miss any important content about the darkest chapters of our history. And without further ado, let's begin with the video. The novice Paula Teresa de Silva de Almeida came from a modest family. She witnessed how her fate changed on January 31, 1717. That day, her father took her to the convent of Saudin and Velas. At that time, the convent was under the control of the Cistercian order of the Bernardines. However, Paula was not the only one from her family to enter religious life. Her father also left his other two sisters there, although none of them felt any desire or vocation for religious life. In the past, it was common for young women to be sent to convents due to their problematic behavior, which often caused a lot of headaches for their parents. If one of them wished to enter into romantic relationships, the solution was to send them to a convent so they would embrace religious life. Moreover, Paula's father could not afford a marriage dowry or invest in the education of his daughters, so he opted to send them to the convent. Unfortunately, little did he know that he was entrusting his daughters to a world steeped in libertinism and sin, far removed from the modesty and purity the church projected. In search of easy pleasures, many powerful nobles and artists frequented the convent of Olivos for various inconsistent reasons. Sometimes they claimed to be attending a celebration, other times they mentioned meetings, but the truth was much darker. They came to win the hearts of the nuns and take possession of their bodies. The sweet words of the seducers were paid for with wine and sweet liquors, along with lustful glances. The sisters often succumbed to the seduction, losing their composure and surrendering to passion and carnal desires. Mother Paula's first love was Count of Bioso. They met at the monastery, and love and passion flowed between them. However, it was with the Portuguese king, John V, that Paula found her most intense love. They lived a torrid and lasting romance. The monarch and Mother Teresa met in 1718. There were two occasions that could have led to this meeting. The first occurred on May 11, 1718, during the celebration of the Feast of the Holy Sacrament. The other opportunity arose on October 23 during the marriage celebration of a noble. When the king met Mother Paula, she was already in a relationship with Count di Vioso. Thus, the count became a rival of the king. According to the more legendary than historical tradition, the king, who fell in love with Paula at first sight, is said to have told di Vioso that he would give him two nuns of his choice if he left the object of his desire. This is recounted by Paula Lorenzo, Ana Cristina Petra, and Joanatron in their book Lovers of the Kings of Portugal. By managing to take the desired nun, the king ended up having a son with her, born in 1720 and named Don Jose. When he reached adulthood, the young man was appointed chief inquisitor of the kingdom. Moreover, Mother Teresa became a very wealthy woman, receiving significant pensions and various privileges from her royal lover. Even Paula's father benefited, being knighted by the Order of Christ, a great honor at that time. In order for the king to meet his lover comfortably, a luxurious house was built near the monastery, called the Tower of Mother Paula. Paula enjoyed this residence along with her other two sisters, nuns who were in the same monastery. The place had opulent architecture, 9 servants, a silver bathtub, gold-embroidered curtains, and glassware from Bohemia. It is worth mentioning that Mother Paula was not only interested in the wealth and luxuries the king could provide her, but genuinely felt true love for him. To please her lover, Mother Paula served sweets when the king came to visit her. One of these sweets became a tourist attraction in Olivos, the famous white jam. Even after the king's death in 1750, Mother Paula continued enjoying the privileges that her relationship with John V had granted her. Although the monarch was no longer alive, the resources and benefits she had accumulated throughout her life allowed her to maintain an opulent lifestyle, surrounded by luxuries that contrasted with the austerity expected from a religious woman. Mother Paula became an enigmatic and powerful figure within the convent, with an influence that went beyond the spiritual. It is said that her residence, the Tower of Mother Paula, became a meeting place for the elites of Portuguese society, who visited her, fascinated by both her wealth and her story. The most well-known artistic representation of this forbidden romance between Mother Paula and King John V is the painting Madre de Deus. This work has captured the imagination of historians and art lovers alike. This painting, which is now in the collection of the Palacio de Correio Velho in Lisbon, is a key piece that reflects not only the power of their relationship but also the way history has reconfigured and reinterpreted the events of her life. In the painting, the representation of Joseph, the husband of the Virgin Mary, was replaced by King John V, a clear allusion to the dominant role the monarch played in Mother Paula's life. The Virgin Mary, symbolizing purity and maternity, was replaced by the figure of Mother Teresa, showing the transformation of her image from innocent novice to powerful lover. In place of the baby Jesus, the bed houses her son, Don Jose, born from her relationship with the king, highlighting the legitimacy and royal lineage he represented. This painting is not only a work of art but also a powerful statement about the control and influence Mother Paula gained through her relationship with the king. Through art, the narrative of her life was perpetuated, portraying her not just as a religious figure but also as a woman who defied norms and became a protagonist at the Portuguese court. The inclusion of these elements in the painting shows how art can be used to rewrite history and exalt the figures who, in life, challenged the expectations of their time. Thus, Mother Paula not only lived surrounded by luxury and wealth, but she also secured her place in history, immortalized in a portrait that continues to tell her story centuries after her death. Did you know about this forbidden romance? What caught your attention the most? Leave it in the comments, and don't leave this video without leaving a super like if you've made it this far and learned something new from our stories. Subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss our next videos. Together, we can discover and remember the truths that history often tries to hide.